Welcome to the Rube Report, a weekly in-depth look at Astoria High School sports with Athletic Director Howard Rube. The Rube Report is brought to you by Northwest Lending Group. It's time to hit the ground running. Here's your host, Coach Howard Rube.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Rube Report. This is Howard Rube, Athletic Director and Head Football Coach of your Astoria High Fighting Fishermen. Very excited to be with you on this Thursday afternoon. I'll be joined by the voice of the fishermen, Mr. Dane Gouge, as well as the producer of our show, Sean O'Connor. We have a great show lined up, so please stay with us. Welcome back to the Rube Report. We would like to thank the Northwest Lending Group. The Northwest Lending Group has been helping Clatsop County residents achieve their dream of home ownership since 1992. Greg has a full range of mortgage products. Please give him a call in Astoria for a no-pressure talk about your home financing needs. Greg can be reached at 503-325-4116. Again, that's 503-325-4116. Our other participating sponsor is Joe's Mobile.
Fuel and snacks and people you know. Joe's Mobile is the place to go.
And I guess that jingle's never getting old.
Nope, it's great.
Okay.
Aldo Nova, what?
Oh, the Nova.
It has staying power.
Yeah.
Is the jingle that was just played for Joe's Mobile, was that to prove to our listeners, and especially Kenny
Hageman,
one of our main listeners,
You're not a one-hit wonder.
that you're not a one-hit wonder for jingles?
I could bring up hits anytime I'd like.
All right, so because you might not be with us on next week's show, you might be out of town,
I will be.
you'll have 2 weeks to maybe come up with a third jingle.
For who?
Well, for Joe's again. Don't we keep rewriting these jingles for Joe's?
No.
Well, I think this Joe's one's
This one's
stellar.
solid.
It's like
We got to go at
Elvis
least a full year with it.
forever.
Maybe we can refresh it for next year.
next
What
but-
does it say if you want fuel
I'll call-
and snacks?
And
Is that-
people you know,
and
fuel and snacks and people you know. Joe's Mobile is the place to go.
Joe's Mobile.
I'm glad you got your
We
little
are nerds.
sidekick.
Me and Sean are nerds. It's like Batman and Robin are Dumb and Dumber. More like Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
Pull over. No, it's a cardigan. Nice boots.
All right, I'm going to brag about my swim team real quick. We had a three-way duel. We normally would have just had a regular duel with Scappoose on Tuesday this week, but because we had issues the week prior, we couldn't get to Valley Catholic. They weren't in school the previous Tuesday, so we did not go there for that swim meet. So, way of cooperating and making it work, Valley Catholic brought some swimmers to Scappoose on Tuesday, so we were able to make up that meet all in one night, which was gracious of everybody to work together to make that happen. And I want to brag about some of our kids, though. We had many personal bests from our swimmers, both the boys and girls. We won 4 events on the night. Thane Covert won both the 200 IM and the 500 free. Elias Simmons won the 200 free. Alex Matthews won the 100 breaststroke. Shannon Christie won the 100 freestyle and the 100 backstroke. And I think people may have been able to read about her older sister who swam for us and is now swimming at Indiana State University in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Wow.
And you will know Indiana State University is famous for who?
Larry Bird.
Nice work. Very good.
Larry Legend.
Good thing.
good
Good thing
shot, Jared.
good thing one of the Rubettes can contribute today.
I'm asleep.
We're,
Sorry.
we had a chance to take this show national too.
We still do.
all-
Gouge
it's all
is
on my
sleeping
back.
Work
through
in
it.
progress.
Sick of carrying you too. My back hurts.
So let's see who else. So I mentioned Shannon won the 100 freestyle, also the 100 backstroke, and Megan Shacker won the 100 fly. And our girls 200 free relay team won their event. So it was a really good day for our swim team. We're very proud of them.
That is awesome. Larry who?
He was a big. You probably don't remember a lot of that. It was the '80s.
I sure do. He was fun to watch.
What are you trying to say, Coach?
I'm just saying. I don't know what you were doing in the '80s, but
Watching
it probably wasn't
Kindergarten
a lot.
One of the
Kindergarten
best
Cop
pure
was a
shooters
great
of all
80s movie.
time.
We got
He's
two
awesome.
conversations going on. We're talking Kindergarten Cop. We're talking Larry Bird, and they're all tied together today.
Yeah, kind of the 80s. Like your hair, Kevin Costner.
The kids. So this is funny. You mentioned my hair. I swear I just heard this in the hall last week. So it's a great idea. The administration decided to put up educational background stuff of when all the teachers did their undergrad and their masters, and they included pictures of us from that time. And so there's a picture of me being 21, 22, college age type picture.
Hair feathered back.
Yeah.
Strikingly gorgeous.
There's more of it. But I
Like
heard a
White
kid.
Gooden.
My door is open, and I'm sitting at my desk, and I hear a kid walk by and say, Coach Rube's got the same haircut.
Yeah. Well, people don't know this, but you know this. My kids said, Coach Rube's hair, he looks like Kevin Costner. So I always tease you, that people probably don't know that. Which Kevin Costner are you? Are you Waterworld Kevin Costner? Are you Field of Dreams Kevin Costner?
Field of Dreams was another 80s movie.
And then you want to be Silverado Kevin
I do.
Costner.
He was pretty young in Silverado.
Well, then I'm Thelma and Louise Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt was in Thelma and Louise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of his most famous roles, I guess. It's kind of a breakout role.
Yeah, that was a breakout role.
It was a very small role, but it was a big...
The movie was called Thelma and Louise. How big a deal could it have been for Brad Pitt?
He was the kid they picked up. I mean, he was a sexy young lad, cowboy kid, and they picked him up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have to
He
watch
wasn't a
that
big
movie.
deal at that time.
No, he wasn't.
He was barely
After that movie, he was
known
a
at
big
that
deal.
time, if you can imagine that. But yeah, this was before he was a big deal.
Okay.
Amy knows what that's like. Having to deal with me. I'm a legend in my own mind.
Staying on back, or trying to get back on topic to some of my my winter teams. Our wrestling team will be at Banks tomorrow night for Aquapa League Wrestling, and then next week's schedule. They also missed out on wrestling a week ago, a week ago because of school closures, and our trip to Tillamook will be made up on Tuesday. We're going to start wrestling around 6:30. So the nice thing about that is weigh-ins won't be till about 5:30, and we can keep the kids in school all day. And then they will finish the week by attending the Aquapa League Championships held at Seaside High next Saturday.
Oh.
So that's what's going on in our world of wrestling. Also next week, our swim season is nearing the end of the season, as the Aquapa League Swim Championships will be next Friday, a week from tomorrow. So,
Good.
Wow.
And between now and then, our swim team is going to attend the cheese relays this Saturday. And that's a little later start, so it's nice. They don't have to get up at the crack of dawn to get there. They're going to start swimming at 11 a.m. in Tillamook. And it's a fun meet. It's called the Cheese Relays, and that is technically the only events they do. So it's not like a normal meet where there's the breaststroke and the fly and the medley and all these different events. They're literally just relays all day, and it's a lot of fun for the kids.
For the cheese cup?
Or maybe a cheese
relays?
stick.
Cheese sticks?
Or a brick of cheese. I don't know. That's kind of cheesy.
But anyway, it's a fun day, and our swim team will have a good day of swimming in Tillamook this Saturday. The basketball team will be back in action tomorrow at Banks, and we're kind of settling into a normal Tuesday, Friday routine for league basketball. And we had a tough loss on Tuesday for the boys. Really just was one of our worst shooting nights we've had in a long time, and probably our worst shooting night since Coach Goen has come back to town to take the reins as our head coach. and it was frustrating for everybody not being able to score. I mean, and we had good looks and good shots, and nothing would go down. So the boys, and obviously dealing with major injuries, with Kyle Strange being out from his football injury last fall, and really not expected to be back. We hope to have Kyle back in time for baseball, and then with Fridtjof Fremstad hurting his ankle, fracturing his ankle during the Dulcich Christmas basketball tournament and still being out. It's just kind of a rough time right now as we've entered league for our boys basketball program. The girls had a real solid win, had a great night shooting, and put 65 points on the board Tuesday night against Tillamook. So for their first league win of the year, and we're excited for Coach Jacobson and the girls. And they're kind of going into a hornet's nest tomorrow night at Banks. Banks girls basketball is one of the premier programs in the state right now. Very experienced, and so it'll be a tough matchup for both our boys and girls tomorrow night. But we know our kids are going to give a great effort, and the coaches will have the best possible game plan available. And hopefully next week I can talk about how well they played at Banks, which is never easy to do.
Pull off the upset.
Pull off the upset. That's why we play them. That's
why we do it.
How'd the Seaside games go on Saturday?
The Seaside games last Saturday were okay. The boys, I thought, played really well. In fact, if we had played as well Tuesday night as we did last Saturday, I think we'd probably find a way to get Tillamook this week. We shot the ball extremely well at Seaside. I would say Seaside did a great job crashing the boards. If one thing that did hurt us Saturday night was Seaside's ability to create second chances by just being real active on the offensive side of the ball, getting rebounds, and the Janet kids are great shooters. And again, with our guards being hurt, Seaside's a tough matchup for us at the guard position. On the girls' side of things, Maddie Udy is a woman amongst girls in a lot of ways. Is just a senior star student athlete for Seaside. She's was recognized Saturday night, being invited to potentially be recognized as a McDonald's High School All-American.
Wow.
She's been nominated for that, which just being nominated is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, she's going to San Diego
She's going
State.
to Arizona State, isn't it? Oh, I thought it was Arizona State.
I think it was San Diego State.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, she's been invited to go play some big-time basketball. She's a very good student athlete and had a big night and was actually in foul trouble and still had a big night without playing a whole lot the second half. So, but I appreciate you asking. Our kids played hard and did some good things, but we did come up on the short end of the stick Saturday night. But it was a good atmosphere and some good basketball played. So that's kind of where we are at in life with our winter season. So having said that and being where we're at, we'll probably go to commercial break and we'll talk more sports right after this. Welcome back to the Rube Report. Other than the Northwest Lending Group and Joe's Mobile, we would also like to recognize our YouTube broadcast sponsors, P&L Johnson, Van Dusen Beverages, the Ohana Media Group, Astoria Ford, Pacific Power, PNC Construction, and Clatsop Distributing. And speaking of sponsor recognition, I need to remind Mr. Gouge to put in his date book, Tuesday, February 7th. We are going to do a Drive One for Your Schools check presentation at halftime of one of the basketball games.
Oh.
I believe the boys' game. We're going to be doing that.
I'll wear my high tops.
Please wear your high tops. And again, thank you. That's from last fall's Drive One for Your Schools.
Yeah.
And also on that night, we should plug to help our senior celebration, which is the fundraiser that senior parents along with senior students put on throughout the school year to help raise an all-night party for Healthy Choices the night of graduation, so the kids have
safe and sober
stuff to do to be safe and sober on graduation night.
Safe and sober senior celebration. Say that 5 times fast.
So on Tuesday the 7th, the group is doing teriyaki bowls from Tuamato Catering.
Yes, and they're delicious and nutritious.
They are very good. The Tuamato family's been very generous in doing a couple of those dinners for our athletic department at the school and for other groups around the community. And
they sell out every time.
they do sell out every time. So please
It's not like
mark
this.
your calendars now. So on Tuesday the 7th, have dinner at the high school prior to the games.
Watch the game and have a teriyaki bowl.
And
They don't give you a
come
little
early so
bit.
you can get a good parking spot because that is Seaside.
Yeah.
Coming to
it's
the
a big
Brick
game.
House at night. So it'll be a packed gym. Probably have to open up the mezzanine on that night. That'll be good.
Pack the gym, pack your belly.
All good
Packed
stuff.
up for fun.
Talking about halftime presentations and other presentations, the Friday prior to that, on Friday, February 3rd, we'll be hosting Valley Catholic in basketball, and we have a lot going on. Our girls' state champion track team from last spring
All right.
will be recognized and receiving their rings.
I was going to ask, do they get rings?
They do.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Did they go to the White House too?
I don't know if they'll make a trip to the White House, but
You can bring them over to see me.
The new Astoria Ford House.
The new Astoria Ford.
President Dane is on hand.
No, that's not something that you think they'd want to do.
no, they would probably love that. It'd be great. They could
Drive cars.
do a photo op.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. And a couple other really cool things I want to brag about our kids. Keldon Littell has accepted a partial athletic scholarship to go play football at Western Oregon University, and he'll be signing his letter of intent on next Wednesday,
That's
the
exciting.
official signing day.
This is one of your guys?
Big
Keldon
boy.
is one of our senior linemen.
Wow,
He's worked
excellent.
extremely hard to make himself into a college football player. I'm very proud of him.
And he'll be a good one.
Congratulations.
And some really good news for Fridtjof Fremstead and his family. Fridtjof has been recognized as one of 16 finalists for the National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Fame's annual scholarship.
Oh,
And he will
wow.
be recognized at their annual Scholar Athlete Banquet on the last Sunday of February. He's guaranteed a $1,000 scholarship, and he's in the running for another $2,500 scholarship. So it's a big deal. We'll actually rent a charter bus and take all of our freshmen as well as all of our seniors, graduating seniors, as kind of one last final official activity of our 2016 season and help recognize Fritz. Fritz is only the third student athlete in my time here at Astoria High to receive any money. We had Nick Strange 3 years ago, and last year Clay Williams.
Right
So it's a big deal. The boys are set up. They have to go get fitted for tuxedos, and
Yeah, it's
they
fun.
actually,
Fun night.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And it's a big night. They usually have a great keynote speaker at the banquet, which is normally held at the Red Lion, Jansen Beach. And it's basically the College Football Hall of Fame that helps work in conjunction with the National Football Foundation to do this. So it's got a College Football Hall of Fame feel. A lot of college coaches will be there. We've had some great keynote speakers. Coach Peterson now.
Yeah, the Huskies.
The Huskies head coach, he was the Boise State head coach at the time, was one of the keynotes. We've had former USC Trojan coach John Robinson, was a great speaker through the years. We've been taking our kids there for a long time. Honestly, we've been doing this probably since 03 or 04. We've been organizing this and having our kids apply for the scholarship. Well, let me say, to qualify, you have had to have been a first-team All-League member your senior year
Wow.
and have a cum grade point average of at least a 3.0 to be able to apply for the scholarship. The kids that qualify for that are recognized in the program. So through the years, we've always had, at least 2 or 3 kids actually, be able to apply and are recognized in the program. But only 3 times have we actually had finalists up on stage in their tux being recognized, and it's a really cool thing. I'm really happy for Fritz and his family. Certainly very excited for Keldon and his family, so I'm glad we have that good news to report this week for a couple of our student athletes. And we also have found out, although because it's not tied into a national signing day like football, but we have Abby Dannon has accepted a scholarship to play softball.
Yeah, that's awesome. Highline Community College in Des Moines, Washington. My old stomping grounds.
You raised a little cane
right.
up there back in the day?
Yeah, I was a little too young for that, but we moved when I was 12, but that's where I was born and raised right there. So
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And we're excited for Abby and her family. So.
yeah, fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yep, very cool.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I got to say, I was half right on this on the Super Bowl, and you were half wrong, Sean.
Yeah, that's a fun way to put it there, Dano. Yeah, I got the Patriots correct. You got the Falcons correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations, boys.
It's going to be a great Super Bowl. That's all I got to say. It's going to be a really good game.
I don't think the Pats have a chance, even though they're 3-point favorites.
My gut says the
Vegas.
Falcons are going to win this, but it'll be a good game. Brady's been there, done that. Matt Ryan has not, so we'll see.
Okay.
I want to punch
It's a
Tom Brady in
3-point
the
spread
nose.
for what it's worth. Only 3 points.
3 points.
Patriots favored by 3.
Well, we appreciate the national
We were so excited about
Coverage.
that.
I love talking football.
and we hope everybody's enjoyed listening about our local kids as well as the NFL pundits here giving their 2 cents. And
pundits now.
Dumb and Dumber out.
we do appreciate everybody listening. We hope you have a great weekend.
This show is also now available on our YouTube podcast archive. You'll find it at Ohana Media Group Coaches Shows on YouTube. Please like and subscribe.
This has been the Rube Report, a weekly look at Astoria High School fishermen's sports with Athletic Director Howard Rube. The Rube Report is brought to you by Northwest Lending Group. Tune in next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. for the latest Astoria High School sports headlines on Cast 1370. News and talk for the coast.